Hello everyone, this is Anne McDaniels with Show Business Report, and today I'm here with my great friend, Reece Kirk. This is actually a segment from our last episode. Again, to reiterate really quickly, I was in a hotel room in New York City brushing my teeth. I hear my friend Diane Kirk on television, which is no big deal because she's an actor, as is Reece. And all of a sudden I see they are on a reality show together and I was in their wedding. We want to get to know Reece a little bit more behind the scenes. He's a wonderful actor and guy from Australia. Why did you come to America for this industry?
Well, back in Australia, it was just my dream as a kid to be a pro wrestler. And so I chased that dream. I thought I would have to eventually come here to do it, but straight out of high school I found a local fed that I could start training with, and started doing shows, and then it actually led me to an audition for Universal Studios Japan.
Yeah.
And
for stunt work?
Yeah, for a stunt show, and I ended up playing the Terminator in the T2 3D show.
Oh my God, awesome.
So having a lot of Americans doing the shows also, they kind of convinced me that if acting is something I want to pursue,
sure,
that I need to come to LA.
Tell me about pro wrestling in Australia, though. Is it very similar to what we have in America? Like WWE?
It is, it's exactly the same,
okay,
on a much smaller scale, but...
But they drink Fosters.
Oh, yeah.
They're big guys.
Yeah, just as big, doing all the same moves. Crowds are a lot smaller. If you've seen
the divas like we have in America?
Yeah, we had female wrestlers.
Cool.
Yeah, they were fantastic. If you've ever seen the movie The Wrestler...
with Mickey Rourke?
Yeah. That's kind of a bit more on our kind of circuit, just the smaller
Got it.
indie feds.
Well, tell me about the work. I mean, I love UFC and WWE. I love all the anything martial arts or anything like that. What was your training like in Australia? Like, if that was your dream and goal, what did you do every day?
Well, of course, like any teenager who's like in love with wrestling, you did it with your mates all the time. Like we set up mattresses and all kinds of dangerous stuff. But then actually I knew a lot of like the moves and sort of playing out characters. But once you get in that ring, you spend a lot of time just hitting the mat. You spend the first month getting just thrown on your back and learning.
Even though it's artificial, it's still real.
Yeah, I mean, it's more to learn how to protect yourself and not get injured. So you got to learn how to take hits, to take falls.
Sure.
And just working.
Which makes you a great stunter.
Yeah, exactly. So that definitely parlayed into the stunt world.
Wow. Did you love Hulk Hogan at that time? Who was your favorite? Who did you look up to?
I was really into the NWO when they defected from the WWE and to the WCW.
New World Order.
Yeah, created the NWO, and they brought like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall over, and then Hulk Hogan joined, and that was like the ultimate turn. So that was kind of my era of really.
Got it. So in high school or university or college, I know that you guys have different kinds of schooling systems. Did you have a sports team that focused on this, or were you a wrestler?
I played rugby pretty much all my teenage years. Rugby league, actually, which is a different kind of style.
Are you an All Blacks fan, or are you like an Australian fan?
Well, no, I wouldn't be an All Blacks fan.
Yeah, but they're the best, though. The New Zealanders the best. Who's the Australian team? I don't even know.
The Wallabies.
The Wallabies.
That's again rugby. I played rugby league, which is slightly different. It's not as like pile-on. It's
the scrums are different.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but we still do all that. I was like the prop in the scrum.
I love that.
Yeah, I guess that made me the athlete that led into pro wrestling and the stunt world.
So what was the ticker? Why was the catalyst when you kind of got discovered at this Universal for Japan type of audition?
Definitely.
And hearing everybody talk?
Then just getting paid really good money to then be an entertainer definitely gave me the confidence to come to LA to pursue acting like full time, to pursue more mainstream acting.
That's great.
Also, like as a kid, I was always a dreamer, and I loved action movies, and I mean just movies in general. I would get 10 VHS tapes from Blockbusters a week.
VHS.
And
Blockbuster.
So yeah, loved like obviously the Terminator, who I got to play. So that was another dream I fulfilled.
Amazing.
And Van Damme was a big hero of mine. I've actually played him on a Nickelodeon show.
You guys could look very similar.
Yeah,
and he's still a big star everywhere.
Yeah, he's still doing it.
Yeah, but that's a hard transition because if you're playing a WWE wrestler or like the Terminator, that's a character, and then you have to be Reece Kirk, maybe potentially a boyfriend or a husband in a movie role or a television show. That's more you. Was that a tough transition?
It was hard to get out of the like.
You're like a tough masculine guy, and then
the
you have to be
wrestling
vulnerable.
side of things.
Sure.
But I'm kind of a sensitive guy. It doesn't take much for me to cry. I've definitely.
Can you teach me that, please?
Just tap into your emotions. be real in the moment.
Reece, thank you for admitting that you do have a sensitive side, because you're a wrestler, you're a rugby player, you're a masculine guy, and tapping into vulnerability is not easy, especially for men. I think there's a lot of pressures of you have to maintain this rugged masculinity, and if you are perceived as being sensitive, that could be considered weak. How is that? Has the show helped or hurt you with that?
It's definitely helped me even further. The acting training definitely got me to tap into my vulnerability and like sensitive side,
sure.
and be okay to cry, because often it's just it's mirroring the other person's emotion. It's just being there and being in touch with them, and if that's what happens, then it happens. As
actors and also in real life, sometimes people don't mirror our emotions. Like if you're vulnerable and they're not, maybe they're a cold hard cookie and you have to get them there, or they don't get there.
Yeah.
And so I think that during this series, there were some couples that one would open up and one wouldn't. That happens in real life and in acting. Within
the show's concept, by separating yourself from your own couple and like working with someone like a stranger,
you're forced.
It forced you to work on yourself and that side of things.
Amazing. So a good takeaway from the show has been, it's almost made you a better actor in your own career.
Yeah, I mean, it helped me within myself and with confidence issues and
sure.
and just being open and vulnerable in that kind of way with a stranger, that I could definitely go on and do that in a movie. Now,
I found this funny during a few of the episodes. Your switch partner was kind of self-conscious around you. I mean, I think she made the comment of him saying, Reece is this tall, model-esque man, and I don't know how to be around him. This happens in everyday life for everybody, whether it be with a boss, an acting role, in real life, someone feels self-conscious around you. How did you deal with that and make her feel more comfortable?
Well, I mean, it does happen a lot, but like, I brush it off. I don't really think of myself that way. I don't know, try and connect.
But you're the Terminator.
But I'm Reece, and
right.
I feel like everybody's my whole life told me, like, don't change. You're great the way you are. So, I mean, I don't let it get to my head. I just, just
and if it gets to your head, you eat some kangaroo meat and you get back to your roots, right?
Totally.
That's awesome.
Yeah, again, it's just about
I've never
connecting
known
on a human level.
I've never known you to change. So since the very first day, so that's wonderful. But it is tough in this town to get sometimes a little bit of an ego, but you stay yourself, and I think it's very important. And
Stay true to yourself.
Absolutely, good message. Would your dream role then would be to play like another Terminator in a studio movie, not just for show and animation at a live show?
I'd definitely love to do a superhero,
sure.
a Marvel film.
I'd love the training behind it, the physical aspects of it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. To be forced or paid for to
yes.
get in the best shape
what
of
if
your life.
What if you had to bulk like 60 pounds? Would that be fun for you? Would it be
100%. I mean, if that was...
What would be your favorite cheap food if you could gain that much weight? I mean, obviously it would be with parameters, but any Australian foods or American foods that you would crave? I
do miss kangaroo. It's a shame you can't get it out here because it's so like readily available in Australia.
Kangaroo meat?
Yeah, kangaroo steak is like phenomenal.
Vegans of LA, kangaroo meat.
It's super lean and it's actually cheaper than regular steak.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like a steak format, almost like an elk type of thing?
Yeah, I'd say so. To me, it's very
rabbit?
similar to lamb.
Oh, so it's very tender.
Yeah, probably a little bit gamier than lamb, but similar kind of flavor. But yeah, I mean, I dropped almost 40 pounds when I first moved here because I used to be big to play the Terminator, to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
I did drop 40 pounds to get down to more of the leading man type style. So yeah, bulking up another 40 pounds would just be fun. Sure,
absolutely, because it is tough, and I have a lot of male friends that I model with, and they have to, you know, if they're athletes, I just talked to one and he had to get measured and he goes, because I play rugby, yet I'm a model, my quads are too big. And you wouldn't think that men have to talk about this kind of stuff, women.
I can't wear skinny jeans. Anything that says skinny.
No. Well, I'm sorry that you have muscle, you know, again, not to rip on men that are lean, but it's tough as a male athlete to also play these leading man roles, because as actors, we know the camera always adds 10 pounds, and it's always something that is kind of a struggle with everyone.
Plus, a lot of the females, like yourself, are very tiny in Hollywood, and I just like tower over them.
Sure.
Like, yeah, I look like a giant.
But you feel kind of good. You feel like a wrestler again.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's awesome.
I still want to play those leading roles.
You will, and you have. So, we again cannot plug any of the episodes of the Lifetime 7-year switch, but please tune in 10/9 Central on Tuesdays. You will see Reece and Diane, my very good friends, on the show. And anything we can see you in besides that coming up?
I'm definitely on, I think, Parks and Recs on Netflix.
Very cool.
You can catch reruns of anything on Nickelodeon. It was Big Time Rush.
Awesome. Well, we certainly will. Reece, thank you again so much for joining us. And we will do a follow-up episode when the entire series airs and after it airs. And I can talk to both my friends separately again. But like I said, I was in their wedding, so it was an interesting experience for me. So again, this is McDaniels, the Show Business Report, here with my great friend Reece Kirk. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And we will see you soon.